Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It all comes down to this. Welcome to race number 9. Hear me out for just a second. The Driver Point Championship is definitely well on its way with Gal Prodigy Fairleigh Ramsey fighting to be world champion. However, in the constructors, it's much more one-sided, with Porsche having a very nice cushion thanks to the last race where Porsche took the win. So here, race number 9 will actually be the decider instead of race 10. What do I mean? If Porsche finishes anywhere on the points today at this race, they will be your constructors' champions. If Ferrari wins, but Porsche does not finish anywhere on the points, then they stay alive and the championship will be decided in race number 10. Now, with that being said, if Ferrari wins, if Gal more specifically wins, then he would run away with the Drivers' Championship. So there's a lot of battles that we're definitely going to have to keep an eye on in this race. Very minuscule things to keep an eye on that will determine the outcome of both championships. So it's definitely going to be an interesting one. We hope that y'all enjoy. Definitely make sure to sit back, relax, get a snack, and I don't know, hopefully one of these teams is the teams that you're rooting for, either Team Porsche, Team Ferrari, and yeah, hopefully y'all enjoy. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the green flag is dropping here in Japan yet again. Unfortunately, the teams needing to be at the top not qualifying as well as they would have hoped. Team Porsche pretty much being in the midfield, if you will. Ferrari, on the other hand, Gal qualifying very nicely for Team Ferrari, putting them more towards the front. Ramos as well, qualifying more towards the front. So Porsche needing to get a lot of work done in order to finish in a position that will grant them the Constructors' Championship or even help them in the Drivers' Championship. So it's definitely going to be very interesting to see if Porsche will be able to bounce back, if you will, from their not terrible qualifying, but definitely not the best qualifying for them in terms of situation. A little fun fact, Wyatt's Garage with Team Chevy actually qualifying very well here in Japan. It seems Chevy and Wyatt's Garage kind of have a soft spot for Japan, as it seems every time that they're here, they perform rather well. And I have mentioned it just a few races ago that Team Chevy are starting to look very different. Their performance is steadily improving now every other race. And so is Team Chevy finally waking up and getting their stuff together? Could Team Chevy actually be a force to be reckoned with in Season 4? I guess only time will tell. Alright, we're a little later into the race now. Gal challenging Furigori for first place. He goes on the inside. He tries to get his nose through the door, but he doesn't get it. Furigori closing it right in front of his face. This battle already tensing up as Ferrari, they know what they have to do. They know what needs to be done here in Japan. They need to win. They cannot afford to come in second, to come in third. Gal is determined to become at least a champion in one of the two regards, whether if it be Drivers' Champion or Constructors' Champion. However, as we've seen, Constructors is a little less likely, but he has every right to believe that he can be the Drivers' Champion. What a move by Gal! Looking at the replay here, I have no idea what happened to Furigori. I don't know if he just got extremely that's exactly what happened. So he lost control, and Gal with the needle precision just barely getting through, avoiding contact from Ferragori. So Gal will take the lead now, which is huge. Now all he has to do is just hold on to it for just several laps, as Ferragori struggling in that later half of the turns, which is really unfortunate. Ferragori, being a Japan native, I can only imagine how badly he wants to win at home, but unfortunately just has not been able to do it yet. Davi as well, although not a Japan native, driving for Nissan, who I know they would love to win here as well, which he has gotten very close in defense of Davi. If I'm not mistaken, he has finished on the podium here once, but as every driver I'm sure can relate with, nobody wants to be on the podium unless it's them on the top step, and unfortunately Ferragori will fall further down those steps as a Cedro now will try and overtake for second place, which he will do successfully. Ferragori tries an over-under but fails, and so Cedro will secure second place. Ferragori in third now, fairly overtaking Davi for fourth. So Lamborghini is now entering the chat, which are the top teams fighting for the Drivers' Championship with the inclusion of McLaren as well. But unfortunately, McLaren right now is nowhere to be seen. They are not having a race worth having right now, it would seem, here in Japan. As Isidro tries to challenge Gao for first place, which, I mean, every team wants to finish with max points possible, but to be honest, I feel like Isidro with Mercedes are kind of wasting their time, as even finishing in first place here will not get them back in contention, essentially, as they unfortunately have fallen too far down the order here towards the end of this season, which is very upsetting, as Mercedes, they always start very strong, and I do believe that they definitely can have a championship car in both regards, but unfortunately they just let it slip towards the end of the season. But maybe in season 4 they can fix that error. As the race comes to an end here, Ferragori will finish in 4th. Isidro will take 5th place. Will Team Porsche finish anywhere on the points? Yes, they will. Batter will come in clutch for Team Porsche and finish in 6th, which will make them your Constructors' Champions. Oh, looks like we had an incident there towards the end with Fairley, who was in the points, but unfortunately on the last lap, the last turn, perhaps her tires were a bit too worn and it comes out from under her, which will now make her finish outside of the points. which is definitely not what Lamborghini would have wanted on race number 9. But congratulations to Team Porsche Project G Batter. You are Season 3's Constructors Champions. However, Gal did finish in first place, which means that Gal will be your Season 3 Drivers Champion. Also, a congratulations to Furigori and Davi for podium on their home circuit, both nationality-wise and team-wise. So congratulations to them both. I'm sure that's definitely a very proud moment for both of them. As I mentioned, Hidalgo will come in 4th, Isidro 5th, Batter 6th, Perez will finish in 7th, which if I'm not mistaken, is definitely one of his higher ending results this season. So very nicely done to him. Rice finally being back in the points as well, if I'm not mistaken, in a race or two. So here are your points after this race, and yeah, even if Project G was to win race number 10, it would not be enough. So Gal will be your driver's champion, and same goes for the constructors. Even if Ferrari was to win, it would barely not be enough. So Porsche is your constructors champions.